Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our Hersey Hoops podcast. My name is Connor Durkin. Joined alongside me is Connor Krebs, and we're with Coach Scott once again to discuss these past couple of games and the ones coming up as well. Coach, thank you
certainly.
for coming on.
I know Krebs and I have missed a few consecutive weeks.
It's been a minute.
Yeah,
it's been a minute.
Glad to be back. Again, this is always one of my favorite parts of the week. Chopping it up with you guys, as they say. Chopping it up is a new term I use. That and shiesty, I'm on to those two.
All right. Well, let's get right into these questions here. I first wanted to take it back a couple of games ago now.
Sure.
I think it was probably the hardest part of your schedule when you were playing both of the Glenbrooks, and then you also played Meadows. When you're going up against some of those top-tier teams talent-wise, how do you go about that and applying it to your own game?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing we've emphasized in those games this year, whether it be Glenbrook North, Glenbrook South, Barrington, New Trier, those teams that we've played that are, Rolling Meadows, obviously, that have been ranked as the top teams in the state, is you got to learn from them what they do a little bit too. Like Glenbrook South, those guys are like robots, man. They're so disciplined. Cooper Nard's a first-team All-Stater. And he came into that gym, I walked past him, and he was, laser-focused. And I told the guys about that, and they recognized that, and, how they communicate to each other, how they give verbals on screen switches and things like that, how they execute, how they screen, what makes them so hard to guard, other than just being exceptionally skilled. Because they are. Learning from Glenbrook North, they have a sophomore point guard who's maybe 5'9", who's an absolute pain in the neck to play against. And that was a great experience for Jared, Brett, and Braden to learn from him and what makes him so hard to go against. And then obviously, Meadows plays so fast and get out and transition so fast, and they're always in their spots. And then, Mark Nikolic Wilson played really well against us, being super physical and attacking offensive rebounds. So there's just a lot of things to learn. But in terms of preparing for them, my message to the guys always is to, ask yourself after the game, did I do my best based on who I was then and what I knew then? And if that answer is yes, you have to live with the results. And we have, for the most part, and competed in those games, and just to not give up. And I think in the second half, especially, the Glenbrook South game, I know Jimmy is in absentia today due to injury, but he played his tail off and then was rewarded with more minutes and I think a starting position in the next game. Everything is being evaluated all the time, and I think that that's the message, that it's not we're not playing the scoreboard, we're playing the possession. And I think that that's the key takeaway for those games.
And then last night, you guys played our rivals Prospect. Unfortunately, that didn't go the way we wanted, but what were some things that stuck to you after last night?
Yeah. And again, a lot of guys played in last night's game. Unfortunately, I think that, the ball just didn't find the basket very well. We had 12 points in the first half. And
Cat had those two rattled out threes. I thought both of those were going in. Someone else had another one. I felt every shot just did not fall.
Right. And I think, obviously that's a very emotional game. And, I think we came out a little bit flat, but that's on me in terms of, preparing them mentally to be ready to go. And, when things are a struggle offensively, it can affect other parts of the game, and we just got to stay focused. I know the guys were disappointed, but the Buffalo Grove game coming up on Friday is just as important because it's our next game. But, a lot of guys had some opportunities last night, too, which was good to see as well.
Yeah, and you did mention Jimmy already going down last night. Obviously thoughts go out to him since he's missing the pod today, but what's the timetable on his return? Is he doing all right?
I made him send me a picture last night, and obviously it happened in warm-ups before the game, which is kind of a unique situation. But I don't know, how fast. Everybody's body's differently in the way they heal, especially ankles. Some swell more than others. Some are quick healers. Some are, can be a long and nagging injury. So I'm going to play it, NHL style a little bit and just say lower leg injury. I don't know when he's going to be back. So we'll see. We'll take it kind of day by day and see how Mr. Bacon evaluates him today. I love how they do that in hockey, though. upper body injury, and he's got like a broken arm. You know,
They do.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's a good point. Even some of the NBA injuries are
Right.
the most random, like
yeah.
weird.
Yeah, some teams are very vague on what's actually going
Like
on.
Belichick with the Patriots is always purposely vague too,
Yeah.
and he doesn't release who's active until the
The
last second. You know, which makes fantasy owners like Krebs all stressed out.
My fantasy team actually won this year.
Nice.
Yeah. No, but like you said, on Friday you guys played BG. What are you doing to prepare for them?
You know, Buffalo Grove plays really fast and really loose, so transition defense is a priority for us. You know, in watching the last game we played, we were able to kind of hold Adidas Davis in check a little bit. And I think that's part of the key. But they have a lot of shooters. Aiden Romansky can shoot. The sophomore point guard number 2, his name escapes me, Connor Wooden.
Oh,
There
yeah,
we go.
yeah.
He can shoot it as well. And they got a lot of guys that play hard. And, you know, they're looking for vengeance from the first game, too. And I know that they weren't pleased about that, and that Buffalo Grove Hersey rivalry runs deep. We actually have 2 parents on our roster who are, or technically 3, Buffalo Grove grads. So Mr. and Mrs. Rigg both went to Buffalo Grove.
Really?
And then Carson's dad, Kyle Grove, played at Buffalo Grove. So Coach Rowley actually remembered, and he failed to put together that Carson was Kyle's son. He's like, "Did your dad play for Buffalo Grove?" And Carson's like, "Yeah." You know how Carson is.
Yeah.
With one-word answers. So he found that out. He's like, he was a good player. He was a really good player. And Carson's like, yeah, whatever. You know. But yeah, so there's some Bison pride on the parent side.
I
too.
did not know Mr. and Mrs. Rigg went to BG at all.
Alma mater. So.
And then I know it's kind of crazy to believe, but it's February now. How are you guys just making sure you're going to finish the season on a high note?
Yeah, we're just, you know, we talked about this last night in the locker room. We got to renew our focus every day with our emphasis on daily improvement and daily excellence. Like, how are we going to get better today at what we do? For Friday, for Saturday against a really good Lake Forest team. I don't know if you guys have seen or heard about Lake Forest is really, really good. Asa Thomas is a stud. He's like 6'5" guard.
Oh, that's fun. That's always the best.
So, we're going to have to be really, really good and just have to, again, focus on daily improvement. Like, how can we get better today and make sure yesterday's problems aren't tomorrow's problems? And that's, the challenge for us every single day as we move forward into this. And good teams and well-coached teams are playing their best basketball at the end of the year, and that's my job.
For sure. All right. Well, now it is time to head
I'm
into...
so nervous.
Oh, man.
So nervous.
So, like Connor talked about at the beginning, because of Jimmy's injury yesterday, he was unable to get here today. So I'm walking down here. I'm like, I don't really want to answer these questions. Nobody cares who my celebrity crush is. So I'm going to flip the script, literally and figuratively,
I'm trying to think
on our podcast hosts. And ask them the question. So I am pumped about this to kind of narrate this pod here. So let's talk about favorite Hersey sports memory.
Oh, okay.
It could be from your broadcasting career or your athletic career, as both of you guys have participated in varsity athletics. So let's start with Connor Krebs. Connor with an E.
Does it have to be a varsity sport, or can it be any?
It doesn't have to be a
Okay,
varsity
cool.
sport.
Freshman year basketball with Bruce when we beat Geneva on a buzzer beater that I hit.
Wow.
That one for sure.
At Geneva.
At Geneva.
Okay.
Nice little step.
Nice.
Drove to the middle. Finished. Got the boys going. Yep.
Good.
For me, it would probably have to be my sophomore year. We were announcing. I was with Max Hansen. And it was when we beat Meadows.
Oh, the Ebo game.
Yeah, the Ebo game. And I just remember how crazy we went.
That was
on
wild.
the mic.
That was
when we
wild.
won. So that definitely has to be my
I
favorite.
remember that clip.
Yeah,
of
that
you
clip.
guys
You guys
yelling.
posted that.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
remember-
great.
Yeah,
that is a
that's
good
great.
one. That's
It's a great call. I mean, I think in terms of the Mount Rushmore of calls, you have like the Al Michaels Miracle on Ice call in 1980, and then there's Durkin and Hansen 2020.
I'd say my favorite broadcasting one was Wheeling.
Yeah, that was fun.
Because I called it. I was like,
Yeah,
Cat's going
right.
to screen for Hub. Hub's going to...
Yeah.
And it worked. And I was like, yep.
That
And
was
then we were
awesome.
screaming in the
You know,
mic.
we got to get Hatfield. We got to get Krebs a telestrator. I think, like, if he had a telestrator and he was going Romo on the sideline,
Just start drawing on the
he
play.
could really flex his knowledge. All right. Next, who is your celebrity crush? Now, you can't say Hainish here, Krebs.
You can go first. I have to think. I'm not...
Okay, so back in the day, especially middle school, it was always Nicki Minaj for me.
Oh,
I'd have to
wow,
go with
okay.
Nicki Minaj probably.
Wow,
So
I did
random.
not see
I was
that.
not ready for that at all.
Back coops up and chuck the juice up. I
All
love
right.
it.
I'm not. I don't.
Just don't say Megan Fox.
No.
No Megan Fox, no Rihanna, no repeats.
Probably Corinna Kampf, because she's the only
I don't know who that is.
Yeah,
That
who is
TikTok
that?
star?
she's basically
The TikTok, you're
Yeah.
a sucker for the TikTok dance.
not
I
even.
get it.
I don't even
get
think
it.
she posts TikToks, but actually no, she definitely does. I think she's just YouTube. I think
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Well,
She's
good.
not, though.
All right, a meal you guys can prepare on your own. Let's start with Durkin here.
I'm trying to think of something. Honestly, I made a really amazing burger one time. I know it's not much, but I cannot grill at all.
Really?
So my mom walked me through it a little bit, but a burger, I would say.
Okay.
I'm not that big of a cook. I can't.
Yeah,
cook
I'm
much.
trying to even think. I mean, anything that has directions on it, I can
Oh my
whip up
like
that.
out of the box.
I mean, no, I
If
could
you're
be-
making
I
the
could-
Krebs, if you're making the Krebs original
Okay.
cookbook, what is page 1?
Okay, see, the thing is, my mom makes gas food. You have to get that on. Christy Krebs, shout out my mother, makes really, really good food. That's just, so, I only eat good food, so, when I cook, it's just,
Yeah,
I just, don't even enjoy it. I'm just this isn't even.
your standard has been elevated.
Yeah, no, literally, and I found that throughout my entire life. And
You
it's,
got to unlock me here.
oh,
yeah.
I like your background.
Yeah, what hole is that?
Hold on, I don't even remember.
Speaking of golf, I have seen Krebs golf.
You have seen
Yes.
Krebs golf?
So
I was with
we have to have a podcast outing because Krebs is enjoyable to watch golf. A lot of movement, a lot of limbs flying, body weight shifting everywhere. It's an enjoyable sight. And then the one drive I saw, I
who
think
was I with?
it
I shanked it.
was you,
Shanked
Stearns,
it.
Namo, and
No one hit a good
Armstrong.
shot. No,
And I
okay.
think 3 houses got hit.
No,
The
this
4
is
of them.
the thing. Jack is arguably the worst out of all 4, or probably the worst. Or Ryan. Me and Evan are
I thought
definitely
Ryan
the
was
best.
decent. No,
Ryan's all right, yeah. Me and Evan are probably the better 2 out of those 4, and we both shank it. And of course, Jack hits his best shot all day.
It
in
was
front of,
pure.
It was pure, and he was all the rest of the day. He would not stop about
and
it.
Armstrong too. When he does something well, he's so confident about it.
Oh.
He just he kind of held his
Yeah.
follow through, watched it slice the fairway in half. I'm nice shot, Jack. He's yeah, it was all right.
Yeah,
It was all right.
It was so annoying. You have no idea. Just because Jack Armstrong is like that.
I think it was old hole 12,
Yeah.
the one that's a dog leg, soft
Yes.
dog leg left at the
Were you
end.
playing with them? Or?
No, I was teeing off on 9.
Oh, and you just.
and I saw them going on 12, so
Yeah.
I made sure I watched
Yeah.
them so they could get all rattled.
We were rattled, to say the least.
All right. Favorite pregame song? Or
Okay.
favorite... here's my question that I asked my freshman class recently. Favorite non-hip-hop track?
Okay.
What's a banger on your shuffle right now?
So I actually have a playlist that doesn't have any rap or hip hop on it.
So you're such a cultured guy.
I am. But picking a favorite is not easy. Can I pull out the playlist? Is
Pull
that
it
allowed?
out.
All right, cool.
Pull it out.
I'm not good off the top of my head, so let's.
In the meantime, Durkin, you got any?
I'm thinking. So I don't really listen to much current pop, but every once in a while listen to what my dad would listen to. So I'd probably have to go with something other than hip hop. I don't have a specific song, but something like Bruce Springsteen. Maybe.
Oh, your dad's a Springsteen
Big
guy.
Springsteen guy. Yeah.
Love it.
Okay.
Thunder Road, Jungle Land,
Yeah.
My City of Ruins is excellent. Good stuff, man.
That probably counts as. Okay, so I'm probably gonna say Rather Be by Clean Bandit. That's a random. I don't know if you know that one.
Rather
I also
Be?
like Tongue Tied, like that kind of music.
Tongue Tied, Group Love?
Yeah, that's a
love,
really good song.
love me some
that's
Group
a good
Love.
song. That's a really good song.
I actually have
Does like
a
Pursuit
lot
of
of
Happiness count as rap?
That's Kid
That's
Cudi. Kid Cudi's
okay. I'm not
Kid Cudi's
sure.
actor / rapper.
Oh, other than if it is rap.
Yeah, I
was
mean,
gonna go
yeah.
with Cudi,
Yeah,
for
okay.
sure.
That one's like right up there too, because that song is just like so good. I don't even like consider it a genre, really. I feel like I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah,
Cudi's good though. He's also a good actor. Like he was in.
what was he in?
Did you see the movie on Netflix, the one about like the asteroid hitting the Earth?
Yeah, yes.
What is
Don't
it
look
called?
up. Don't look.
Don't look up.
Don't look up.
Don't look up.
That was,
Did you enjoy it?
I liked it. My mom hated it.
Really?
I thought it was good just because Jonah or what's his name?
Jonah Hill's in
Jonah
it.
Hill, right?
Yeah.
That's Jonah Hill.
Yeah,
I think he's so funny. He's just like
he is
he's just really really funny. And then Leo's like unreal at
Yeah,
acting.
the movie, it was a little. They laid
slow.
They laid the satire on a little thick
Yeah.
for me. But it is what it is. I thought it was good. I thought it was well done. Obviously they're trying to show that parallel between that and COVID a little bit. And again, like at times I was like, okay, we get it.
Yeah.
Like this is a little much. But nonetheless entertaining. Like,
At times I was like, okay, we're moving slow here.
Yeah,
like
it's a pretty long movie.
It's
Yeah, it
a
is
long
long.
movie.
Yeah.
all these movies that are like 2 hours and 20 minutes, like it impacts me like pressing play at the beginning. Like 2 hours, like this could easily be an hour and 45
Yeah.
minutes. Like
I think Leo's movies are always that long.
Yeah.
Like just like all the good ones are always so long.
All right, next question. What is your favorite pet peeve? Or what is your pet peeve, I guess?
I have one right off the bat.
Let's hear it.
So this is going to be a little weird, but when people don't like tie their shoes, like even in basketball, AHYB, if someone doesn't have their shoes tied, that just bugs me.
Really?
I don't know what it is, but that's always bugged me.
Biggest pet peeve. I feel like I have like a lot of small ones. Probably. Probably. Okay, this one's like kind of weird, but when people talk about something they literally have no idea and
Oh
like
my
pretend
gosh.
to know about it, I'm not a fan of that. That just makes me angry.
Yeah.
Not a fan. Not a fan.
All right. I like those. Those are both good. Favorite vacation spot?
Got it. You want me to go?
Yeah, you go. I got to think.
This is going to be exotic, folks.
Um,
Krebs is going straight exotic. Like
I got
Bermuda
two.
Triangle.
I have two. Like I can't pick one of that. The first one's Aruba.
Ooh.
Great place. Going back soon, hopefully.
Shout out Beach Boys.
And then
Jamaica.
Italy for sure. I
Italy.
think.
Have
I
you
think.
been?
Yes, I have been.
Oh, man.
I've
Italy's
been
great.
I've been to Italy, France, Spain. It was all in one trip. It was all in
I
one
knew
trip.
Krebs wasn't going to go like Florida or something like that. He's going on like 8-hour flights wherever he's going.
I think Italy's the coolest place in the world for sure. But Aruba's just like a whole nother level of crazy beautiful.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, for me, definitely. I haven't been out of the country yet, so my dream vacation spot would be somewhere in Europe. But my favorite would either have to be when we went to Hawaii. Back when
I've never been to Hawaii.
It's
I've
awesome.
never been
When
either.
I was a freshman, that was so fun. And then this recent year, since we couldn't really fly because of COVID and everything, we went up to Mackinac Island in Michigan, and that place was pretty cool too.
Okay, yeah, because it's like disconnected from the
Yeah,
actual
you
city.
have to take a boat there.
No
okay.
cars.
No cars.
That's crazy.
It's like
I-
old-fashioned.
Yeah, it's
so-
kind of like Door County.
Okay, yeah.
Pretty
That's cool actually.
Okay. Now, like, I'm going to go off script here. You guys have answered these. Let's talk AHYBA a little bit.
Oh yes, thank
Okay.
you. Yes.
So, everybody knows I've endorsed the Spurs, and the reason why people ask me, why you endorse the Spurs? First of all, I've made it clear on this podcast, Alex Chalaka is my guy. He's always going to be my guy. Also, I know P. Rocks is coaching him now, and I trust P. Rocks' intellect. The general manager brass of Wackel and Conroy, I just think their ownership is really well done. It's like you got Jerry Jones and Rob Kraft in the same owner's box with those two guys, and then you got your Brad Stevens Rocks, and then your iconic AHYBA legends in Jalaka, Nudo, and Stoga. So I know they've had their struggles. I know they lost. Mario's team gave him a hard time, I guess. But we're scheming. We're putting our heads together and getting it back. I know the Clippers are competitive.
My team almost got in multiple fights with the Hawks.
Really?
It was
The Hawks are like the bad boy Pistons of the early 90s.
it was bad. There's a lot of things happening.
So
that
what's the update on the Pacers?
We're good. we're solid. Like when we get to play, when we have everyone there, and we have like all 6 of the kids who like are like have played a basketball game before, we're pretty solid. Like we beat his team.
Yeah.
We beat that.
It was close. At least.
We were smacking them, and they came back hard on us. But we are a fifth quarter team.
5 quarters.
Yeah, because it's even playing for like first through fourth. Fifth quarter, you can play whoever. It's like fifth quarter, all hell breaks loose. Yeah. It's just like kids just going at it.
For high school, like
it's a good time.
Doesn't matter as much.
Yeah.
But like when for the younger kids, they want equal playing time. So
Gotcha.
Split it for like the 4 quarters. And
I had to play all 5 quarters Sunday against one of the best teams in the league. I was dead. I was just exhausted.
Man.
5 quarters.
And then what team are you on?
I'm on the Mavs. So I'm with Cam Sullivan, who's one of the broadcasters for Prospect. His dad and my dad have been coaching together for like 6-7 years. So we've had the same team pretty much for a very long time. So we got that chemistry.
Yeah,
so when do the playoffs start?
It's like February 26th.
Late February.
Yeah, something like that. I think that's like the first day. I think my Spurs game is coming up. I think it's like next weekend.
Good.
I play Nam on Sunday. Clippers versus Pacers.
The Clippers have talent, man.
No, they don't.
Nam, you got Otter. Like
Ott's a bucket.
Let me ask you this.
So is Nam,
like strategically and schematically, like how do you defend Ott? Because I know he can stretch the floor, and he's a lot to handle in the post too. Like that's a tough AHYBA matchup.
We have the prospect version of Ott on my team. Okay. I promise you. Like you remember JJ?
Yeah. No,
literally,
they don't call fouls.
Yeah,
it's straight up.
When him and Ott go, I think it's gonna be hilarious. Actually, it's gonna be a battle. Those two are some big offensive linemen boys.
And Ott's got good feet and good hands too. I think. If the Pacers, and just looking at this, I'm kind of putting my Jay Billis lens on without ever seeing any game here. I think if you can stretch Ott and get him to defend some ball screens, make him recover, things like that, like get Ott moving around, like in the third quarter, you can kind of limit his offensive production by way of making him work on defense too. But Ott's a lot to handle. He's a tough player.
Yeah, and his footwork's crazy. But the one thing I hate about AHYB is all of these kids want to play a 2-3 zone. Mario's team plays a 3-2 zone.
Well, get the ball in the middle.
No, I know. It's like fine. Like we figured it out now. But like at the beginning, I was like, this is really like what?
No, everyone does.
I didn't know that. I was expecting everyone to be like full court, like pressing man. And it is not. It's a lot more relaxed than that. But
does Stearns play? Because I feel like he could disrupt teams.
Next year, you're gonna see a powerhouse come through. It's already in the making.
Super team.
There's a super team coming.
Super team. So I think full court.
You're gonna have a
full
lot.
Full court.
He
could cause some problems on some guys.
You're gonna have a former team of about like 6 former Hersey guys.
Wow.
And it's gonna be trouble for the rest of the league. Let me tell you.
Okay, well you heard it here first.
Yep.
Maybe the commissioner might veto this super team, but you never know what's good for the health of the league. All right, shout outs before we kind of close up today.
Do we do shout outs? Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out Christy Krebs and her cooking.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's all I got.
Yeah, I probably have to shout out the family. Usually the first ones to view this podcast most weeks, so thank you. Mom and Dad for always watching.
Absolutely. Did you guys shovel this morning?
No.
I could see you. You're a snowblower guy.
Yeah, we do snowblower. Yeah.
So I got up and shoveled, and then I went back inside and showered and stuff, and then there was more snow. Like, that's so frustrating.
It's so annoying.
So I'll have to snowblow when I get home. But shout out Mr. Polis for hooking me up with my first snowblower. I've never had one before, so that's pretty sweet. Also, shout out Meg Merwicki. We haven't really had a podcast since she got injured. Obviously, we're all pulling for Meg. I have Meg in class. Awesome kid. Awesome student. Always smile on her face. Always filling up my water bottle for me. Like, just willing to do anything. And, like, as successful as she's been in sports, she's as humble as they come. Like, Meg's the best.
You would have no idea she's going to Notre Dame for soccer. You'd have no idea.
Never wants to talk about herself. Always wants to talk about other people. And obviously that's, a tough loss for the girls team to lose her skills. But I think also, like, her leadership is still going to be there and down the stretch. So, shout out Meg. All right? My homie Meg.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this edition of Hersey Hoops. Thank you guys for watching today. We will see you in the next one.
Appreciate it.